Hey everybody, it's your Uncle Bear. So, yesterday I was driving down the road and I was thinking back in time. And when I say back in time, I'm talking 25, 30 years ago. I don't remember 25 years ago. Well, I do, some. But 9/11. I was thinking about 9/11. And I was thinking about the number of Middle Easterners that were driving semis in our great nation back then compared to today. And there's a shit ton more. And a lot of them aren't qualified to drive a semi in our great nation because they have non-domiciled CDLs or they didn't go through a proper truck driving school, whatever the case is. And you remember the slogan that we came up with after 9/11, never forget? You remember that? Everybody said it, never forget. I'd never seen our nation in all of my years band together like they did after that happened. Because that happened on our soil. And it was perpetrated by radical Islamist terrorists. And I remember shortly after that, I remember passing scales and the DOT cops weren't inspecting these trucks. And I thought, Timothy McVeigh was a white guy. Went out and rented a little, rental truck, little cube truck, U-Haul, Ryder, whatever the hell it was. And he filled it with explosives, fertilizer. And look what damage he did to the federal building in Oklahoma City. What kind of damage do you suppose a Middle Easterner could do with a semi full of that? It's not a racist thing. It's an American thing. These people are here and they're still chanting death to America, and they still want to bring their culture here. If your culture's so fucking great, why do you want to bring it here? Why don't you just practice it over there where you were? And the more I think about it, the more I think, George W. Bush, which he turned out to be not as impressive a president as we had hoped, to say the least. But the more I think about it, after that happened on 9/11, why did we not make the entire area that was harboring Osama bin Laden and his happy-go-lucky buddies, why didn't we just make that country a parking lot? Just blow the shit out of the whole country. That's what we should have done. That's what we should have done with Iran, truth be told, back in 1980. After we got the hostages back, we should have just leveled Iran. I mean, seriously. Look at it. 47 years later, they're still giving us headaches. Why are we, the greatest nation on the face of the planet, putting up with that bullshit? Just level them and be done with it. And just tell the civilians, hey, you know what? This is your warning. Tomorrow night at this time, your country is going to be a pile of rubble. Because we are going to take out the evil regime that rules over you. Plain and simple. Everything there is going to be blown to smithereens. So run like the wind. Not here. We don't want you over here. Okay? Nothing personal, but if you want political asylum, it's supposed to be to the next available country. And that would be whoever's next. Iraq, Saudi Arabia, I don't care. India. Doesn't matter to us. Don't come here. We're full. We're full. In fact, we're trying to get your a lot of your fellow countrymen out of here. Don't know where we're going to send them, but they need to leave. But yeah, I think America needs to remember this shit and, quit forgetting that we never forget. That's all I got. Have a great day.